Hello, and welcome to a brief tutorial on Battalion Ultima. Battalion Ultima is a trading card game where you take 9 cards and try to reduce your opponent's 8 main health points down to 0. So let's take a closer look at what we got going on here. This is Emrys. Emrys is a warrior. Warriors are what you're going to be using to try to deal damage to your opponent's main health points. Emrys herself has 6 health points and 1 attack. Cherish and Knight are written in the upper middle of the text box where her effect is. Cherish is her spiritual energy type. This is what you're going to be spending to activate her. And right next to that it says Knight. This is her class. The stars on the right hand side indicate how much spiritual energy you're going to be spending to activate her. Let's look at the pit. The pit is where you're going to be sending all your cards when you're done playing them or when they get destroyed. This is a cast card right here. A cast card is indicated by the top right symbol in the corner. That's how you know you're playing a cast. However, the symbol in the bottom left corner is a bit more special. This symbol indicates that it's an instantaneous cast. This means it goes to the pit right upon use. On this card, it has a shield at the bottom left corner. This means it's a barrier. Barriers have special zones on the field, as you can see right here, which are going to be behind the middle slot. So what this does is it's going to protect you from one direct attack, not of your choosing. It's always going to be the first direct attack you take, and this is destroyed. However, while it's active on the field, it has its own effect. There are 4 spiritual energy types in Battalion Ultima. There is Cherish, which is indicated by blue, Chaotic, which is indicated by red, Casual, which is indicated by orange, and Cosmic, which is indicated by purple. There is also one other spiritual energy type, which is a hollow type. This means you're able to pay any energy in any combination to play this card, but you're only limited to playing one in your set. With that being said, let's go ahead and learn some Battalion Ultima. During your turn, you will end up doing what is called a pre-phase. So this means that you're going to be spinning for a free spiritual energy. So I'm playing purple, blue, and orange. So I have a dice that has 2 sides of each representative color. And I rolled a cosmic energy. Next is your phase 1, 2, and 3. You'll be using these phases to make an action each. You can play a card using the spiritual energy you just obtained with an action, or I would be able to roll for another spiritual energy with an action. So let's say for this phase, I'm going to move this up here so that I can roll for another spiritual energy, and another cosmic energy, which is good for me. You can also tribute it as an action. This allows you to destroy one of your active warriors for one of his energy refunded. So let's say that I had this card on the field already. What I can in turn do is tribute it to obtain a refund of 1, which in this case will give me exactly what I spent on it. It's a very fair situation in this case. However, when you get to higher cost warriors, you'll get into a little more trouble. I could also sacrifice for an action. This will allow you to subtract one of your main health points for a spiritual energy of your choice. This eliminates any RNG, so if I see a play I need to go for, I can go ahead and just sacrifice 1 main health point and grab the cherish that I need right now. Another thing you can do with your energy is Fission. This allows you to trade 2 energy for one of another at any point during your turn. This also does not cost an action, and can be used as much as needed. The last action to choose from is Pit Stop. With a Pit Stop, you're going to gain all the cards from your pit to your hand at the cost of 1 action at the cost of 1 main health point. You can't Pit Stop twice a turn or 2 turns in a row. You can't go below 1 main health point due to a Pit Stop as well. This means if you're at 1 main health point, you can do a Pit Stop for free if able. You can also not go past using 2 Pit Stops total. After your 3 phases is the end phase. Any warriors you have that aren't stunned can attack. Then you pass the turn. What determines if a warrior is stunned is if he had just played it this turn. So if you had just spent energy to play a warrior, it automatically starts off stunned. So if any card is stunned, it'll be sent sideways until the beginning of the next turn after it was stunned. Let's go ahead and show off an attack. Battle is automatic and cannot be avoided. If 2 warriors are in the same lane, then you can go ahead and declare your damage. So if there was a warrior in front of mine, let's say Emrys was in front. Emrys with 6 health points and 1 attack. If I had played Nora on the first turn, second turn they had gotten out Emrys, which is now stunned. Then it would go to my turn, and then we'll go ahead and attack with Nora now that he's unstunned. This is going to deal 1 damage to Emrys. However, during my opponent's next turn, Emrys will also be unstunned. So Emrys is going to be able to attack my Nora next turn. At the end of that, we'll do 1 to her. And essentially, this will lead to her destroying my Nora. As you can see, attacks are just one way. There's no double damage, there's no two-way damage. So you're not taking one if you're attacking, you're only dealing damage to your opponent. And same vice versa for your opponent dealing damage to you. If attacking an empty lane, you'll deal damage directly to your opponent's main health points, and if you reduce their main health points to 0, you win the game. And that is the core gameplay loop of Battalion Ultima. Please check out our Instagram for content from us, and our info page for the game if you have a few more seconds after that. Consider subscribing, and thank you.